African Airways executives are meeting following President Ramaphosa's announcement of travel bans to countries most affected by the coronavirus. The airline says an announcement will be made during the course of the day. Our reporter Liabo Setho is at OR Tambo International and we cross live to her for more. Good afternoon, Liabo. What's the latest where you are?
Good afternoon, Nampu. Well, we have no official word yet from the South African Airways executive, nor AXA, in fact, who we had expected that we'd have an interview with them to find out, about the measures that they had announced that they've increased hygiene measures here at the OR Tambo International Airport. They did, of course, issue a statement, and we're expecting one of the executives to join us. But unfortunately, we believe that she's tied down in meetings. As you can imagine, this is a very busy time for the airport. They need to make sure that stakeholders are aware about the measures that have been taken and also about the travel ban that's being imposed only on Wednesday. But you can already see here, Nompu, the impact of the coronavirus and people already, no shows. Ordinarily, on an ordinary day, you'd find that OR Tambo International Airport is abuzz with people. I mean, annually you have around 22 million people walking in and out of this airport alone. But today, it seems quite, it's not so busy. People here and there, arrivals coming in. You see people with their masks. So obviously, people are aware that cases in South Africa have gone up to around 60, maybe 62 now with that doctor in Limpopo. But I've also noted that retailers, at the airport, we've got banks, we've got shops, that they're not as busy as they normally would be. And I can tell you that these are kind of the first places that would take a hit, when the travel ban happens. You'll remember that airlines themselves that operate here at the airport have not cancelled yet trips, but it's people who decide to cancel maybe from home, we call those people no-shows, people deciding not to come at all. Like I said, the impact on the business is one thing that is quite evident when you look around the airport here. I did also have an opportunity, Nompu, to speak to the cab drivers, the meter taxi drivers who are stationed here near the international arrivals, and they say they're already feeling the pinch because people, are not using them, and they're quite worried about the future and what this means for them, especially with the travel ban on Wednesday now kicking in. What this means for for their businesses, which is quite a concern, Nampu.
And then what about AXA? Have you managed to try and speak to them? Because obviously this is going to have an impact on them because all of the people in there, the airlines and the retailers, they pay them rent.
Precisely, this is what we were hoping to speak to Ms. Refense Shenas. They had promised us that we'd speak to her, and we would want to find out what kind of measures they have, because this, as you say, would have a hit on their revenue as a holding company or AXA itself. But the only thing that they did do, Nompu, is to issue out a statement about the hygiene measures that they have taken. They've got dustbins all over the place. They've got sanitizers. Security guards are given gloves and also sanitizers in most of the places. So at this moment, we do know that they're speaking to their stakeholders, and we're expecting them to give us an updated information about how they're going to deal with the loss of income, particularly from the rent and from the retailers that are situated here.
And then before I let you go, you say that there are few people at the airport, but what's the mood like?
The airport is the airport is the airport. Nompu, people are just going about their business, and of course, when you do let out an easy cough here and there, you still get very violent looks. But people do have masks on, Nompu. A lot of people that come in, they're taking precautionary measures. Some of them have got gloves. Of course, others, they seem very unconcerned. They're just going about their business. But it is not as busy as it normally would be. We were noting also that even at the parking lot, it's not as full as it normally would be. You'll remember that when you get to the airport, it's a nightmare to get parking. But we're finding that there's plenty of parking this time around.
Thanks very much, Liabo, for that report. My colleague there, Liabo Setho, reporting from OR Tambo International.